Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to our Caitanya Caritāmrta class. Thank you for joining in. We'll begin with our prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Gyananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Srī Caitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Gadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsha श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादां सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामी नितिनामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 रामा राम राम हरे हरे. Hare Krishna, so welcome everyone. We are continuing our discussion from Caitanya Caritāmrta Madhya lila, and we'll start chapter 17. Today's chapter is entitled The Lord Travels to Vrindavan. In the last chapter, we have heard some very wonderful discussions about Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's attempt to go to Vrindavan. Devotees not allowing him to go to Vrindavan. Somehow, Mahaprabhu he got permission from Swarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai, departed from Jagannath Puri, traveled to, on the way he reached Katak. Maharaj was so very happy. He made all the arrangements. Mahaprabhu departed. Ultimately, he reached the end of the border, end of the kingdom of Prataprudra. The governor on the other side was a Muslim. And as he came to know about the glory of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he was really transformed. He came and he surrendered and he became such a wonderful devotee. Mahaprabhu, he crossed that place. Ultimately, he reached Panihati. He met with Raghav Pandit. Then he stayed at the house of Srivas Thakur at Kumarhatta, then Shivananda Sen at Kachadapara. Ultimately, he reached Vidyanagar. Then from there, he went to the house of Advaitacharya at Shantipur. From there, he went to Kanai Natashala, met Rup Sanatan Goswami, again came back to Shantipur, stayed for 10 days there. In those 10 days, Raghunath Das Goswami, he came and met Mahaprabhu and described his situation. Mahaprabhu pacified him. Sarhaya Gharayao Nahao Batul Krame Krame Pailok Bhava Sindhukul. Please don't be impatient, go back. In due course of time, Krishna will reveal. Say, Chale se Kale Krishna, Spurave to Mare, Krishna Kripaye Jare Tare, Kira Khite Pare. Raghunath Das went back and he behaved like ordinary person. Parents were happy. Ultimately, Mahaprabhu returns to Jagannath Puri, and all the devotees in Jagannath Puri, they were very happy. Mahaprabhu tells what happened on his travel this time. He glorifies Rup Sanatan Goswami. Dui Bhai Bhaktaraj Krishna Kripa Patra Vyavahare Rajmantri Hoy Rajpatra. They are such wonderful, great devotees. Vidya bhakti buddhi pale parama praveen tabu apna ke mane trina hoitahim. They are expert in knowledge, devotion, and strength, but still they consider themselves lower than a blade of grass. I was about to go ahead, but Sanatan, he advised me, please don't go with all these millions of people. It is not good. Mahaprabhu still went ahead, reached Kanainath Shala. There he contemplated on what Sanatan said. He returned back. And there, Mahaprabhu, as he is describing, he asked forgiveness from Gadadhar Pandit. He said, because I hurt Gadadhar by my actions. Therefore, I could not go to Vrindavan. So, in this way, Mahaprabhu he stayed in Jagannath Puri for a few more months. Gadadhar Pandit he told Mahaprabhu, please stay for Chaturmas here, and then you can leave. So that is what we discussed in 16th chapter. So now in the 17th chapter, Srila Prabhupada writes a summary quoting Bhakti Vinod Thakur in his Amrit Pravah Bhashya. He gives a summary of this chapter. Mahaprabhu spent few months in Jagannath Puri, attended Rath Yatra ceremony, and then he decided to depart for Vrindavan. Swarup Damodar and Ramanand Rai, they selected Balbhadra Bhattacharya and one more Brahmana. They went with Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu went to Cuttack and he didn't enter the city. He walked through the forest path, dense jungle. On the way, he met many elephants and tigers. He engaged them all in chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. Balbhadra Bhattacharya, he served Mahaprabhu very nicely. He collected all the various vegetables and fruits, whatever he would get from the forest. He served Mahaprabhu very nicely. Mahaprabhu was very, very pleased by his service. Mahaprabhu and Balbhadra, they reached Varanasi. At Varanasi, Mahaprabhu met with Tapan Mishra and Chandrasekhar Acharya. There was a discussion between Prakashananda Saraswati and Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Prakashananda, he made some accusations against Mahaprabhu. There was a Maharashtrian Brahman who told Prakashananda about Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. When Mahaprabhu was insulted, accused, he was not so happy. He came back and he told Mahaprabhu that all this is being said about you, what to do. So Mahaprabhu, he told that Brahmana, please don't associate with them, they are offenders. And we have heard the whole story of deliverance of Prakashananda Saraswati previously. After delivering Prakashananda Saraswati and his disciples, ultimately Mahaprabhu reached Mathura. As he entered this Mathura and Vrindavan, he was in ecstasy. He traveled to all the 12 forests of Vrindavan in great ecstatic love. So that is this. This is the whole chapter. So we'll begin with the 17th chapter. Kaviraj Goswami begins this chapter by a Sanskrit verse, glorifying Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. Gachan Vrindavanam Gauro Vyagrebhyena Khaganvane Premonmattan Sahonrityan Vidade Krishna Jalpinaha. Gachan, on his way to Vrindavana, Gachan Vrindavanam Gaura, as Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, he is on his way to Vrindavan. Vyagra, Ibha, Ena, Khagan, he sees elephants, tigers, deer, birds. And as he sees all these animals and the birds, he meets all of them. What he is doing? Premon Mattan Sahan Nrityan. He chanted Hare Krishna mantra and made them dance in ecstasy. Vidade Krishna Jalpina. And he made all these animals chant the names of Krishna. That was the glory of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. He could make even animals speak, animals chant the names of Krishna. Jaya Jaya Gaur Chandra, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Dvaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. So now, as autumn season arrived, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he decided to go to Vrindavan. And he went to Ramanandra and Swarup Damodar Goswami, consulted with them in a solitary place, and he told them, Mora Sahaya Karayadi Tumi Dui Jan Tabe Ami Ayadiki Shri Vrindavan. Can you please help me to go and see Vrindavan Dham? Repeatedly, we have seen how Lord is showing his dependence on his devotees. Aham Bhakta Paradhina. So repeatedly, Mahaprabhu is a supreme Lord. Yadyapi Swatantra Prabhu Nahe Nivaran Bhakta Ichha Vina Prabhu Na Kore Gaman. Again, he very humbly he is requesting, can you please help me go to Vrindavan? What was the need for Mahaprabhu to go and request Ramanandra and Swarup Damodar Goswami? But he's showing how a devotee should depend on other devotees. Jnanavalambaka kechit kechit karmavalambaka vayam tu haridasanam padatranavalambaka. Karmis, they depend on their karmakand rituals. Jnanis, they depend on their jnana. And Ashtanga yogis, they depend on their process. But devotee, they depend on only the mercy of the devotees. Swakripa yashtidanena. Another verse says that I am blind. Oh great devotees, I am blind. I am falling at every step. Swakripa yashtidanena santa santwavalambanam. Please give me the shelter of your stick of mercy. Without mercy of the devotees, it is not possible to practice Krishna consciousness. So Mahaprabhu is showing his dependence on the devotees. He says, I shall leave tomorrow morning incognito, and you please keep all the devotees. Don't allow them to come with me. I shall go alone. I don't want anyone to follow. If somebody follows me, please stop them. Prasanna hoya gyadi bonabani badukha Toma sabar sukhe pate habe mura sukha. And he says, please give me your permission with great pleasure. Do not be unhappy. Because Mahaprabhu knew that last time Gadadhar Pandit, he felt so very bad, I could not go to Vrindavan. How Lord is helplessly dependent on his devotees. This is the wonderful mood of reciprocation Lord has with his devotees. Just like Krishna, he is dependent on the gopis and the cowherd friends and Yashoda and Nanda. With the cowherd boys, they say, Krishna, if you don't play with us properly, then we will, not allow you to play with us. And then you will have to play alone. And Krishna becomes dependent. No, I'll not do any mischief. If gopis, they tell Krishna, if you dance, we'll give you sweet. Oh Krishna, if you sing, we'll give you butter. And Krishna is dancing. Gopi stobito nritya bhagavan balavat pachit udgayati kuchin muktas tadvasho daru yantravat. He becomes like a puppet in the hands of the gopis. So that's how he is begging, please give me permission in a happy mood. Don't be unhappy with me, because last time, Gadadhar Pandit, he felt so bad I could not go to Vrindavan. Toma sabhar sukhe pate habe mora sukh. If you are happy, I shall be happy on my way to Vrindavan. Otherwise, it will be difficult. So, and devotees also, they take all the advantage. They say, Swarup Damodar and Ramanandra say, okay, Although you are supreme independent Lord, dui jan kahe tumi Ishvara Swatantra, yei ichha se karibo naha paratantra. Oh, you are supreme independent Lord. You will do whatever you like. You are not dependent on anyone. But because you have said that you will be happy if we are happy, we have one request. And please fulfill that request. If you fulfill this request of ours, we'll be happy. So although they say you are supreme independent Lord, you do whatever you want, but still, devotees, they find Krishna by their love. Krishna becomes helpless in front of his devotees. That's why he doesn't give devotion to everyone so easily. Krishna yadi chute bhakte bhukti mukti diya, kabu Krishna prema naden rakhina lukaiya. Krishna will give whatever you want. You want bhukti, you'll get it. You want mukti, you will get it. Krishna prem, no, he'll not give so easily. Because Krishna is purchased by his devotees. He's controlled by his devotees. Rajan patir guru ralam bhavatam yadunam daiva priya kulapati kvachaking karova astveva manga bhagavan bhajatam kundo muktim dadati karichisvana bhakti yogam. Narad Muni is telling to Yudhishthir, O great King Yudhishthir, O Rajan, Krishna is doing everything for you. Daiva, Priya, Kulpati, Kinkar, because you are such a great devotee of Lord, you are snigdha. So devotee is malleable to the will of the Lord, and Lord also becomes malleable to the will of his devotees. So the devotees, Ramanandra as Swarup Damodar says, okay, we have one request, and we'll be happy if you follow this one request. We'll be very, very happy. He says, Oh Lord, please take one nice Brahmana with you. He'll collect alms for you, he'll cook for you, he'll carry your prasad, he'll carry your water pot, he'll give you prasad. Please take one. When you go through jungle, he will be always there available for you. And in jungle, you will not get any Brahmana who will give you, who will feed you. So if you take this Brahmana, he will cook for you. He will take care of your clothes. So just take one Brahman with you. At least one. Mahaprabhu says, I'll not take any of my close associates. Because if I'll take one, others will become unhappy. Well, Lord also has to deal with all these problems. Yeah, if I'll take him, others will say, मुझे लेके नहीं गए, उनको क्यों लेके गए? And they'll become unhappy. So, Mahaprabhu, he uses a trick. He thought he will trick. He says, I want a new person and a mature person. So he thought, ये combination तो मुश्किल है. नूतन संगी है बेका स्निग्ध यार मन ऐच्छेय पिपाए तबे लई एक जन. He says, नूतन संगी, I want a new devotee, but snigdh yaar man. His mind should be peaceful. His mind should be attached to me. So here, the snigdh is peaceful, but the next verse also, the word snigdh comes. So there the meaning is one who has love for the master. So Mahaprabhu says, if you give me a person who is new and at the same time he is peaceful, then I'll surely take you. Srila Prabhupada writes, when Mahaprabhu went to South India, he took Kal Krishna Das, and because he fell victim to Tathari women, and Mahaprabhu had to run behind him and save him, bring him back. So therefore, the Lord is telling, I want a person with a peaceful mind, because a person who has peaceful mind, he can resist the temptations of lust. Prabhupada writes, one whose mind is not agitated by One whose mind is not peaceful is not agitated by other desires. So that's how, if somebody is not peaceful in his mind, it is by default that he will be agitated. One who is not peaceful, so for sure he'll be agitated. So peaceful mind is very, very important to practice bhakti. And Mahaprabhu wants such a person to come with him. A person whose mind is peaceful. And mind can be peaceful if we avoid the temptations. Otherwise, the vicious loop starts. It is so very difficult to keep the mind peaceful. We can keep the mind peaceful by meditating on the services, meditating on how we can hear Krishna consciousness, the pastimes of the Lord, how we can plan our Krishna consciousness. That should be our contemplation. That will make the mind peaceful. Otherwise, even if somebody is in association of Supreme Lord, he will be distracted. He'll become a victim of opposite gender. He'll fall down. Prabhupada writes, Maya is so strong. Prabhupada writes a very powerful line. Maya is so strong that unless one is determined not to fall victim, even the Supreme Lord cannot give protection. So we have to be determined. I will not fall down. That determination is very, very important. If we are not determined, then even Lord Krishna cannot protect us. Prabhupada writes, Maya is so strong that unless one is determined not to fall victim, even the Supreme Personality of Godhead cannot give protection. We have to put our all endeavor, all effort to say no to sense gratification. We have to plan out our Krishna consciousness. How I'll be focused, how I will resist the temptations, how I'll keep the mind focused on Krishna. We have to plan about our Krishna consciousness rather than thinking about our anarthas. That agitates the mind more. Think about how can I come close to Krishna? What I am missing? What is the thing which I should improve in my practice? Prabhupada writes, the Lord and his representatives, they always want to give protection, but a person must take advantage of their personal contact. Unless we take advantage of their personal touch, if we are in close contact with some great devotees, if we are not taking advantage of it by hearing from them, by serving them, then automatically it will be very difficult. We will not be able to resist the temptations of Maya. And then Prabhupada writes another very important line. He says, if one thinks that Supreme Personality of Godhead or his representative is an ordinary man, he will certainly fall down. To the extent we have convictions that spiritual masters, the Prabhupada, they are not ordinary. Arche Vishnu Shiladhi Gurushu Narmati Vaishnave Janti Buddhi Sa Naraki. If somebody thinks, oh, they are ordinary man, he's also a human being, I am also a human being. One time, one devotee, he had written an article in Back to Godhead. And a title was given, This Man Has Changed the World. Prabhupada called this devotee and said, this is an offense. So he was surprised. What is that? What happened? How can you call your spiritual master as an ordinary man of this world? Spiritual master is not an ordinary man. If somebody thinks Krishna or his representative is an ordinary man, he will certainly fall down. So therefore, one should be determined that I will not fall down. I will achieve mercy of Krishna for sure. Hetam sahastaya paratmanishta adyasitam purvatamay maharshibhi aham tarishyami duranta param tamo mukundangri nishevayeva. Avanti Brahmani speaks this verse. This is my faith. Etam sahastaya paratmanishta. I have faith that if I'll travel the path which is left by previous acharyas, which is traversed by the previous acharyas, Purvatamai Maharshibhi, Aham Tarishyami Duranta Param, I will also cross. There should be no doubt about it. The faith in the words of spiritual master, faith in the words of acharyas, senior devotees, Krishna, that faith is really important. Otherwise, it will not happen that automatically one day Krishna, the realization of Krishna will come upon us. No. So Mahaprabhu says, okay, ये combination तो नहीं मिलेगा इनको. नूतन संगी होई बे एक जन. So नूतन संगी and स्निग्ध यारम. ये नहीं मिलेगा. But Swarup Damodar Goswami had already done the research. So devotees know the mind of Krishna. Immediately Swarup Damodar brings the person in front. He says, Swarup kahe Balbhadra Bhattacharya, Tomate Susnigdha Bada Pandita Sadhu Arya. He says, Mahaprabhu, this person is, his name is Balbhadra Bhattacharya. He has 4 qualifications. Tomate Susnigdha, Pandit, Sadhu, Arya. So Swarup Damodar, he had already studied this person very, very nicely, and he's recommending that this person is Susnigdha. So Prabhupada writes, Susnigdha means, previous verse, Snigdha, means peaceful. Susnigdha, affectionate. So servant should be peaceful in his mind and affectionate to the master. Unless one has affection and love for the master, service will not be with love. It will be mechanical. Prabhupada quotes this verse, Duyu snigdasya shishyasya guravo guhyam apyuta. The qualifications of Shaunak Rishi. He was such a great, wonderful disciple. Snigdha Shishya. A disciple who has actual love for his spiritual master, he is endowed with all the blessings by the spiritual master. That love means following the instructions. Love means know what my spiritual master wants me to do in this situation. We may not be able to serve our spiritual master personally, many times, most of the times, but we should always be thinking what my spiritual master wants me to do in this situation. Always be conscious of Guru's words. That is called as Snigdha. So he says, this Balbhadra, he is Susnigdha. He is very affectionate and he is Pandit. He is well versed. He is learned in all the scriptures. He knows the things. And he is sadhu. Personally, he is very, very gentle, full of wonderful qualities. Prabhupada writes, one who is not duplicitous. He is simple. Ati bhakti chaurera lakshan, Prabhupada writes. Somebody showing too much of devotion. That means there is some garbad. He is ati. So a servant should be sadhu, means simple, full of wonderful qualities. And the 4th quality is arya. He should know how to interact with others. So he should be intimate with the spiritual master, with the authorities. He should be intelligent how to carry out the instructions. One may be intimate, but one may not have the intelligence how to execute the instructions. And while executing the instructions, if internally one is disturbed, then the service will not be proper. So he should be sadhu, controlled, very simple, gentle. And while serving, one has to interact with other devotees. So you should know how to deal with other devotees also, so that my seva is done, I don't care about others. No, that should not be the case. So, Swarup Damodar Goswami immediately he brings this person. And then Mahaprabhu he starts. He says, in the beginning, I came to Bengal. I came with you from Bengal, and it was a desire to see and visit holy places. And Swarup Damodar Goswami is saying, this personality, he came from Bengal with you. He wanted to go and visit holy places. So therefore, please take him with you. He will serve you very nicely. And in addition, please take another Brahman. He will act as a servant of Balbhadra Bhattacharya. He'll be the assistant of Balbhadra Bhattacharya. So on his way, he will make arrangements of food. So if you take him also, we'll be very, very happy. ये दोनों को लेके जाइए. So then we are assured that there will be no inconvenience for you on the path. So this other person will carry your cloth and he'll carry your water pot, and Balabhadra Bhattacharya, he will cook for you, he'll collect alms for you. So you will have no difficulty on your way to Vrindavan. So Mahaprabhu, he had to accept the request. On the previous night, that night, Mahaprabhu went and took darshan of Jagannath-ji, took permission of Lord Jagannath. The next day, early morning, without telling anyone, he started immediately, unseen by everyone. And when the morning came, all the devotees, they got up. They went to take darshan of Mahaprabhu. They were not able to find him. They were searching here and there. They became very anxious. Swarup Damodar Goswami, he stopped all of them. He told them the mind of Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu. So they gave up their search. Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, still he was fearful of the public, because last time so many people came with him. He abandoned the main path. He traveled through the jungle. He didn't enter the city of Kataka. He kept Katak on his right side and he entered jungle. It was a thick, intense jungle. And this jungle was jungle of Jharikhanda. And the wonderful pastimes are about to happen in this forest of Jharikhanda. As Mahaprabhu is walking, he sees tigers and elephants. And interestingly, these tigers and elephants, as they see Mahaprabhu, they stand aside and give him the way. Mahaprabhu is chanting and dancing in ecstasy. All the different animals, tigers, elephants, bulls, rhinoceros, they all came. And Mahaprabhu was just passing right through them. They were just standing. They were not doing anything to Mahaprabhu. All ferocious animals. And this Balbhadra Bhattacharya, he is bakka astonished. What is happening here? देखी भट्टाचार्य मने होए महाभय महाप्रभुर प्रतापे तार एक पाश होए. And Balbhadra Bhattacharya is in great fear. Of course, anybody will be. If elephants and rhinoceros and wild boars they come, tigers, anybody will become fearful. This Bhattacharya, he is very, very fearful, but Prabhura Pratape Tara Ek Pasha hoy. As soon as Mahaprabhu would come, they all would stand aside, just allow Mahaprabhu to pass. Okay, ठीक है, चलो Mahaprabhu is passing by, that is also okay, ठीक है. Mahaprabhu, he does something little more interesting. On the path, he sees an animal. He sees a tiger lying down. Mahaprabhu goes and kicks the tiger with his feet. प्रभु कहे कृष्ण कह कृष्ण व्याघ्र उठिला कृष्ण कृष्ण कही व्याघ्र नाचिते लागिला. So Mahaprabhu, he tells the tiger, chant the names of Krishna. Prabhu kahe Krishna kaha. And the tiger immediately got up. He immediately got up. He began to dance and chant in his tiger voice, Krishna Krishna. Another day, Mahaprabhu, he went to bathe in the river in that jungle. There were mad elephants. The elephant came in front of Mahaprabhu, wild elephant. Mahaprabhu, he was doing his Gayatri. He was bathing, doing his Gayatri. As this elephant came, Mahaprabhu took water and splashed on the head of this elephant, on the body of elephant. As soon as this water touched the body of elephant, elephant started dancing. Some elephants started roaring. Some elephants, they fell in ecstasy. Srila Prabhupada writes, Srī Caitanya Mahaprabhu, Supreme Lord, playing the part of a very great advanced devotee, Mahabhagavat. A Mahabhagavat, he sees everyone with equal vision. Vidya Vinay Sampanne Brahmane Gavihastini Shuni Chaiva Shvapake Cha Pandita Samadarshinaha. So Mahaprabhu, he is Supreme Lord and he is showing the symptoms of great advanced Mahabhagavat devotee. So all the animals, and Srila Prabhupada writes, this is the test of advanced spiritual consciousness. The test of advanced spiritual consciousness is one is completely fearless. Ferocious animals are there, tigers are there, elephants are there, and Mahaprabhu is completely fearless. That is the quality of a Mahabhagavat. In Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says the first quality of a transcendentalist is abhayam. One becomes completely fearless. Abhayam sattva